Everything you can imagine is real. The idea of reality and how our world is shaped by imagination. Chapter 1. You won't believe the power of imagination and how it shapes our world. Just picture the vast cosmos, the never-ending cycle of time, and the depths of human consciousness. All of these ignite a sense of wonder, right? Well, guess what? They all have one thing in common: imagination. It's the driving force behind our perspectives, fuels our creativity, and essentially shapes the world we live in. But hold on, imagination isn't just a passing thought or a distraction from the everyday. It's a crucial tool that molds our experiences and governs how we see the universe around us. From a child's first grasp of make-believe to society-changing innovations, imagination is the invisible force that guides our understanding of reality. Think about it. Our sensory experiences are the building blocks of our reality, but they only become meaningful when the mind weaves them into a coherent narrative. Take a walk through a forest, for example. It's not just about the trees and the rustling leaves. Imagination embellishes, twists, and amplifies our experience. It takes us beyond the immediate world and deepens our perception. Throughout history, imagination has been the cornerstone of innovation. Everything from the simple wheel to the complexities of the Internet started as a figment of someone's imagination. Can you imagine a world without flight, where we're forever shackled to the ground? It was once like that until daring individuals like the Wright brothers dreamed of something different and challenged accepted limits to create a new reality. Even in our daily lives, imagination has a profound influence. It bridges gaps in understanding, allowing us to empathize and connects us to the world around us. It's incredible to think about how much of our lives and our world is shaped by the power of imagination. When we take a moment to understand the feelings of others, we're tapping into the power of imagination. It allows us to connect with people on a deeper level, sharing in their joy or pain. Imagination isn't just for kids. It's a key tool for adults too, helping us navigate life's complexities and envision alternate realities. Think about the way imagination fuels art, literature, and music, transporting us to different worlds and evoking emotions. Through these mediums, artists challenge our perceptions and invite us to see the world from a fresh perspective. Imagination also plays a vital role in personal growth, inspiring us to envision the person we want to become and the life we want to lead. Without the ability to imagine a different future, we'd be stuck in the present. Imagination offers us a glimpse of what could be, igniting the spark within us to strive, struggle, and ultimately evolve. In a world that often prioritizes measurable and concrete achievements, the significance of imagination can be overlooked. However, it's imagination that fuels scientific breakthroughs, drives innovation in industry, and empowers students to go beyond textbooks and explore for themselves. Imagination is the creative leap that keeps us moving forward. Let's talk about the incredible power of imagination. When Martin Luther King Jr. declared, "I have a dream," he unleashed the amazing potential of imagination to inspire a vision of equality and justice. It's that power that moves nations and fuels the drive to create a world free from prejudice, discrimination, and oppression. Imagination dissolves the barriers of the status quo and builds bridges to a more enlightened and humane society. But its impact isn't just external. It also shapes our internal worlds, influencing our self-image, confidence, and resilience. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and people from all walks of life use positive visualization to picture success before it happens, enhancing the likelihood of its occurrence. This mental preparation not only readies us for action, but also sets the stage for those actions to manifest in reality. When we tap into the power of imagination, we unleash human potential beyond the ordinary. It's a magical quality that enables us to create, innovate, and dream. Imagination takes the intangible and transforms it into the tangible, allowing us to question, explore, and envision a world not as it is, but as it could be. Embracing the power of imagination is critical. It's an invaluable resource that fuels progress, fosters connection, and provides hope. Neglecting its role in shaping our world would deny us the very tool that has carved the path of human advancement. As we continue to evolve and face new challenges, it's through the power of imagination that we'll find solutions, build dreams, and conceive the realities of tomorrow. So, let's nurture our imagination, encourage it in others, and watch as the world transforms before our very eyes, a testament to the boundless power of imagination. It's not just something reserved for artists and creatives. Imagination is a fundamental part of being human, allowing us to envision possibilities beyond what our senses perceive. It helps us navigate and understand the world around us in profound ways. From children creating entire imaginary worlds in their play to scientists formulating groundbreaking theories, imagination is at the core of human progress. It enables us to envision different futures, reflect on the past, and consider the consequences of our actions before we take them. Imagination isn't just about dreaming up ideas. It's also about understanding the world. It helps us interpret symbols, grasp abstract concepts, and empathize with others by putting ourselves in their shoes. It's truly a bridge to understanding and connecting with the world around us. Think about the role of imagination in scientific breakthroughs, like Einstein's imaginative thought experiments that led to the theory of relativity. Imagination precedes empirical experimentation and discovery, propelling us forward in profound ways. In short, imagination is a powerful force that shapes our understanding and drives human advancement. It's not just a tool for creativity. It's a fundamental aspect of what makes us human. Experiencing someone else's emotional state and our own by simulating how we might feel in their situation is such a powerful thing. This empathic use of imagination is like the cornerstone of social interaction, helping us build stronger relationships, enhancing communication, and fostering community. In educational settings, fostering imaginative thinking can totally transform the learning environment from just plain old memorization to one that encourages innovative problem-solving and critical analysis. By envisioning different approaches to a challenge, students can come up with unique solutions and really grasp complex ideas. It's no wonder that educational systems that prioritize imaginative play and scenario-based learning tend to produce more independent, resourceful, and adaptable individuals. The kind of people who are well equipped for the unpredictable nature of the world. And let's not forget about the workplace, where imagination is just as vital. Business leaders often speak of thinking outside the box, emphasizing imagination's role in overcoming challenges and developing novel solutions. Companies that encourage imaginative thinking in their workforce are more likely to lead in innovation, adapt to changes in the market, and survive turbulent economic times. Employees who harness their imaginative faculties can anticipate trends, visualize the impact of strategic shifts, and relate to clients' needs with more creativity and depth. But it doesn't just stop there. Imagination plays a key role in our personal lives too. It's invaluable when planning for the future, whether it's picturing the ideal holiday or imagining reaching personal milestones. Imagination helps us set goals and work towards them, allowing us to conceive of a life different from our current one. Let's embrace the power of imagination and unlock its potential in every aspect of our lives. Setting our sights on the future and embracing the steps needed to make our dreams a reality is such an inspiring journey. Imagination truly is a powerful force that motivates us and propels us toward personal growth and fulfillment. At its core, imagination is intertwined with our natural human curiosity, fueling our desire to question and explore, expanding our understanding of what is possible. In every aspect of human endeavor, imagination plays a crucial role. From an architect envisioning a stunning skyline to a chef creating an innovative dish, imagination is at the heart of creativity and progress. It's not just about the new and revolutionary, but also about blending existing ideas and experiences into something entirely new, yet to be brought to life in our minds. Considering the neuroscience perspective, Imagining is a complex brain function involving a symphony of neural activity. When we daydream or conjure up mental images, different regions of our brain associated with memory, emotion, sensory processing, and even motor planning are activated. This intricate interaction suggests that imagination is not an isolated function, but rather an elaborate system involving various parts of the brain working together. Imagination is as diverse as humanity itself, with each individual expressing and using it uniquely, influenced by personality, cultural background, experiences, and innate cognitive abilities. Some may experience vivid pictorial thoughts and narratives, while for others, it may be more abstract, engaging senses, emotions, or concepts that aren't easily put into words. Acknowledging the vast and diverse nature of imagination, it's fascinating to recognize its endless potential and the impact it has on our lives. Let's keep embracing our imagination and nurturing it as a source of endless possibilities and innovation. Isn't it amazing how our imagination is often overlooked as a powerful force for personal and collective growth? If we take a moment to reflect on it, we'll realize that imagination is the key to breaking free from the confines of our physical world. It's the doorway to the unknown, a tool for challenging the norm, and a source of transformation. Embracing our imaginative faculty could be our most important endeavor as we strive to blend knowledge with creative foresight. Imagination enriches our daily lives and paves the way for an innovative, empathetic, and vibrant future. It's a boundless landscape where human potential thrives and flourishes, serving as the mental laboratory for converting raw materials of knowledge, culture, and experience into the gold of human achievement and progress. Imagination plays a crucial role in innovation and discovery, igniting the fire of progress and turning visionary ideas into reality. From the legendary tales of discoveries to the futuristic visions that precede technological advancements by decades, it's clear that imagination knows no bounds. The incredible human ability to transcend the ordinary and create the extraordinary has led to some of the most groundbreaking discoveries in history. When we talk about innovation and discovery, we're really talking about the dance between what we already know, what we believe we can achieve, and the uncharted territories waiting to be explored. Imagination is not just a dreamer's tool. It's the driving force behind problem-solving and invention, propelling us beyond the boundaries of current science and art into new realms of possibility. The journey of innovation is filled with countless stories of individuals who dared to see beyond the limits of their time. For example, when Thomas Edison worked tirelessly to create the first light bulb, he didn't just rely on trial and error. He imagined a world lit not by flame, but by a controlled, sustained glow. This vision gave him the audacity to persevere through numerous failed experiments. Similarly, Marie Curie, driven by her desire to unlock the mysteries of atoms, went beyond the known elements to discover radium and polonium, ushering in the dawn of atomic science. Imagination allows us to not only accept the world as it is, but to ponder how it could be. It's the skill that enables entrepreneurs to visualize an industry that doesn't yet exist, just as Steve Jobs did with personal computing and later with the iPhone, reshaping the way we interact with technology. In our everyday lives in the modern world, imagination plays a crucial role in various fields. Whether it's in architecture, where envisioning new spaces challenges traditional views of living and working, or in medicine, where picturing the eradication of diseases leads to the relentless pursuit of vaccines and treatments that save millions of lives, imagination is at the core of innovation. It's this very imagination that often provides the courage to take risks and embrace failure. Those who dare to innovate understand that the path to success is riddled with obstacles, doubts, and setbacks. However, it's the imagined potential of their endeavors that fuels them through adversity. They dream of a better future and then reverse engineer that dream into a series of challenges to overcome. Understanding the role of imagination in discovery also involves recognizing its social dimension. The collective imagination of a group, community, or society at large not only influences what is deemed worthy of pursuit, but also determines the resources and support that innovators receive. Societal imagination can inspire collective action toward common goals, shaping political will and inciting social change. So, how do we create an environment where imagination flourishes? It all begins with education, where rote learning is balanced with encouragement to think creatively. Let's continue to nurture and celebrate the power of imagination, for it's the driving force behind progress and positive change. When it comes to creative problem-solving, it's all about encouraging students to think outside the box, not just in a straight line. This means creating a culture that values asking questions and trying new things instead of just memorizing facts. Companies and institutions that want to be at the forefront of innovation understand the importance of creativity. They encourage employees to think differently and reward them for taking intellectual risks. Harnessing imagination also means engaging with different disciplines and perspectives. Some of the most groundbreaking ideas come from blending diverse fields of knowledge. For example, the theory of plate tectonics came from someone trained in meteorology, not geology. This kind of cross-pollination of ideas is what leads to novel insights and solutions. However, it's important to remember that imagination has its risks. While it can inspire us to reach for the stars, it can also lead us into illusions. The story of Icarus from Greek mythology is a cautionary tale about the dangers of getting carried away by imagination without grounding it in knowledge and ethical considerations. His ambitious flight led him too close to the sun, resulting in his downfall. This serves as a reminder that while imagination can lead to great things, it needs to be tempered by pragmatism. Chapter 2. In today's world, spaces like tech incubators and collaborative research centers are designed to foster interdisciplinary exchange, increasing the likelihood of new and innovative ideas. This friendly and engaging approach to creative thinking is what drives progress and pushes boundaries. It's amazing how our imagination can drive innovation and discovery, but it's also important to approach it with critical thinking and responsibility. We need to ensure that our creations benefit humanity and don't cause harm. Building the bridge between imagination and tangible innovation requires persistence, knowledge, and collaboration, but it's also shaped by our dreams and fantasies. As we stand at the edge of the unknown, it's reassuring to remember that what was once thought impossible has consistently propelled us into new frontiers of understanding and achievement. Our challenge is to keep the torch of imagination lit, paving the way for the pioneers of tomorrow to cross bridges that we can only dream of today. Visualization is a powerful tool that can fuel success. It's not just daydreaming. It involves creating vivid mental images of desired outcomes. Successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers often attribute a portion of their success to this practice, illustrating its widespread popularity and effectiveness across various activities. Ultimately, the story of human progress is about continuously shaping new realities from the abstract clay of our collective imagination. It's a fascinating journey that highlights the incredible power of our minds and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Visualization is more than just daydreaming. It's an active and purposeful practice that involves focusing on specific goals and picturing oneself achieving them in the smallest detail. From the sounds that might be heard to the emotions that would be felt, the aim is to create such a realistic mental image of success that the mind and body begin to believe that this reality is not only possible but within reach. You might wonder why this mental exercise is so influential. The reason is grounded in the power of the human brain. When we visualize, we stimulate the same neural networks that actual physical practice would engage. Research in the realm of neuroscience has shown that the brain does not distinguish well between real and imagined scenarios. The same regions light up whether we are actually experiencing an event or simply envisioning it. This process can therefore enhance motivation, increase confidence, bolster performance, and prepare our nervous systems for the experiences we desire. Athletes are perhaps the most common proponents of visualization. Countless elite sports figures report utilizing visualization to perfect their performance and hone their competitive edge. Take gymnasts, for instance, who mentally rehearse their routines, visualizing each vault twist and landing to perfection before stepping onto the mat. Similarly, basketball players imagine the ball swishing through the net time and time again before they take an actual shot. They are priming their muscles and their minds for success. But the benefits of visualization extend far beyond the realm of sports. Consider the public speaker who uses visualization techniques to prepare and envision a successful presentation. It's a tool that can be used in various aspects of life to enhance preparation and boost confidence. In conclusion, visualization is a powerful tool that can be used to prepare the mind and body for success across various domains, from sports to professional endeavors. When practiced purposefully and vividly, visualization has the potential to bring one closer to achieving their goals. When gearing up to speak in front of an audience, it's beneficial to take a moment to visualize success. Picture yourself confidently delivering a compelling presentation. Imagine the positive reactions from the audience, hear the applause, and feel the satisfaction of a job well done. This kind of mental preparation not only helps to ease any nerves about public speaking, but it can also significantly enhance your performance. In the business world, successful entrepreneurs often emphasize the power of visualization. They envision the future of their companies, picturing themselves overcoming obstacles, and even simulating important meetings in their minds with the goal of better equipping themselves for the challenges of their professional lives. Visualization is like a mental sandbox, providing a space for individuals to anticipate and prepare their responses, strategies, and actions before they are actually required. Its influence goes beyond the business realm, extending to personal development and well-being. Therapists often use visualization as a technique, guiding clients to envision a happier, healthier version of themselves to cultivate positive emotional states and motivation that can drive significant changes in behavior. It's important to note that visualization is not a panacea or a shortcut to success. However, when coupled with hard work, determination, and a well-thought-out plan, it becomes a valuable ally in the pursuit of goals. The process starts with clarity, a clear understanding of what you want to achieve. Then, consistency is key. The most successful visualizers make it a daily practice. They harness the power of visualization to align their actions with their ambitions and enhance their overall performance and well-being. Feeling the pride, joy, or satisfaction of achieving a goal is such an amazing experience, isn't it? It's like bringing your dreams to life right in front of your eyes. And you know what? You don't need any special skills or extensive training to do it. It's an ability innate to all of us. All it takes is some dedicated time and a quiet space with minimal distractions. Whether it's just a few minutes each morning or before a big event, taking the time to fully imagine your desired outcome can be the first step towards making it a reality. Regularly engaging in visualization can be truly transformative. It's like building your own internal sanctuary of positive outcomes, a place to retreat to when doubts arise or setbacks occur. It becomes a space where future success feels like a familiar friend, one that you've experienced in your mind's eye time and time again, just waiting to be realized in the physical world. In so many ways, the practice of visualization embodies the saying, "Seeing is believing." By repeatedly visualizing your achievements, it reinforces the belief that they are achievable. And you know what happens next. This belief fuels your drive to act, strive, and persevere. It's these actions, inspired by vivid imaginations of what could be, that ultimately drive the wheel of success. As we navigate the complexities of life with its uncertainties and challenges, the ability to harness our imagination through visualization stands as a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of the human spirit. When combined with real-world actions and strategies, visualization becomes not just a tool for envisioning success, but a powerful force that propels us toward our goals. Storytelling is a powerful catalyst that breathes life into imagination and culture, shaping our perspectives in profound ways. It weaves together the threads of human experience, each enhancing the depth and vibrancy of the other. Across cultures and epochs, storytelling has been a conduit for our collective imagination, a means to share our innermost dreams, fears, and beliefs through the creation of imaginary worlds. What's truly captivating about these narratives is their profound impact on society's fabric. When we immerse ourselves in stories, whether they're ancient epics or modern speculative fiction, we're connecting with the distilled essences of human experiences. These captivating plots are underscored by universal truths and aspirations, providing a framework to understand our lives and the society that surrounds us. Consider mythologies from around the world, such as the Greek gods like Zeus and Athena, or the Norse gods like Thor and Odin. These tales are not just about supreme beings. They offer explanations for the unexplainable, give reason to natural phenomena, and impart moral lessons. Beyond their fantastical elements, these myths resonate with the human experience. From the characters that spring forth to the challenges they face and the worlds they inhabit, storytelling goes beyond mere entertainment. It provides a mirror to our realities and a window into our society. Humanity shares a deep connection through our common hopes and fears, shaping the archetypes that guide our behavior and teach us important lessons. These timeless stories not only pass down cultural values, but also reflect our collective psyche, influencing each generation as they reinterpret them. Cultural narratives provide us with a sense of identity and foster a shared set of values and history that unite communities. For example, children in New Zealand grow up hearing Maori tales, embracing a worldview rooted in nature and kinship at the core of Maori philosophy. Similarly, Indian children raised on stories of the diverse Hindu pantheon learn about the multitude of paths in life, showcasing the inherent diversity of Indian culture. Moving from myth to literature and film, we see how imaginary worlds continue to shape real perspectives. Take, for instance, the realm of Middle-earth created by J.R.R. Tolkien, which resonates beyond fantasy enthusiasts by addressing issues of power, friendship, sacrifice, and heroism. Similarly, dystopian landscapes depicted in George Orwell's 1984 and Aldous Huxley's Brave New World serve as cautionary tales reflecting the times in which they were written. These stories not only entertain but also engage with our real world, expanding our understanding of ourselves and the societies we live in. It's amazing how stories have the power to capture our imaginations and also shape our perceptions of the world around us. They don't just entertain us, they make us think too. Take Marvel's Black Panther, for example. It didn't just bring superhero fans to cinemas. It sparked conversations on representation, cultural identity, and the dynamics of power. The fictional nation of Wakanda became a symbol of hope and potential for Africa, untouched by colonialism. It's incredible how a make-believe place can have such real-world impact, isn't it? And it's not just adults who benefit from these imaginary worlds. Children, too, gain so much from being exposed to these stories. Fairy tales, for instance, might be sanitized for modern audiences, but at their core, they still teach kids about the complexities of the world and the virtues needed to navigate it. Chapter 3. In today's globalized world, storytelling and these imaginative worlds are more accessible than ever. We get to exchange a broader range of narratives and be transported to places we've never even dreamed of. It's truly remarkable how fiction can open our minds and hearts to different perspectives and experiences. For an amazing level of cross-cultural storytelling, this exchange enriches individual cultures by providing diversity in perspectives and fostering empathy. A child in the United States can now easily immerse themselves in the legends of the Aboriginal Dreamtime, and vice versa, allowing for a greater understanding and appreciation of each other's heritage struggles. An outlook on life and imaginary worlds in storytelling also provide for an exploration of alternatives to current societal structures. They challenge the status quo by proposing worlds where different social, political, or economic systems govern daily existence. Through these explorative narratives, audiences can assess the values and shortcomings of their own worlds by contrasting them with the what-if scenarios presented in stories. This is where storytelling becomes not only reflective, but also transformative. It can give voice to marginalized individuals and groups, offering perspectives that might otherwise be overlooked or denied a platform. It motivates and empowers people to envision change and fight for better, more just worlds, both imaginary and real. As we move through the arcs and contours of these myriad stories from ancient times to the digital age, the role of imaginary worlds in shaping real perspectives becomes ever clearer. These narratives serve as the custodians of our collective memory, the challenges of our perceived limitations, and the harbingers of our potential futures. They carve out spaces where we can question, dream, and innovate, allowing us to redefine our understanding of society, our place within it, and our responsibility to each other. Truly, storytelling has the power to bring people together, inspire change, and shape our collective future. Imagination is a wondrous gift that we can explore through storytelling. It's not just about escaping reality. It's a powerful tool for reflection, education, and inspiration. When we immerse ourselves in stories, we are encouraged to look beyond the boundaries of what is and imagine what might be. It's in this vibrant confluence of the imagined and the real that our perspectives are truly shaped, reshaped, and understood in their full dimensions. Stories offer us not only entertainment but also enlightenment, a deeper connection to the past, a critical eye on the present, and a hopeful gaze towards the endless possibilities of the future. The journey of creative thought in art and literature is truly remarkable. These realms are brimming with tales of inspiration sparked in the dead of night, dreams that have led to masterpieces, and flights of fancy that have birthed entire genres. The creative process is a labyrinthine journey where the subconscious mind weaves narratives out of the ether, and the artist or writer acts as a conduit, bringing these abstract conceptions into tangible existence. Undeniably, the path from a fleeting thought to a completed work of art or a bound volume of literature is both mystical and arduous, requiring a perseverance that is in itself a form of alchemy. Art and literature elevate the process of making the intangible tangible, exemplifying the human capacity to capture the ephemeral sparks of imagination and craft them into expressions that not only exist in our reality but also shape and enhance it. The quintessential beginning of such a transformative journey often occurs at a juncture where reality and the imagined blend seamlessly together, propelling us into a world where the boundaries are limitless and our creativity knows no bounds. Imagine a daydream that captures the creator's attention, or an enigma that begins to unravel in the twilight of sleep. For many artists and writers, these fragments of dreams become the seeds of new worlds, characters, and narratives. The meticulous process of germination takes place as these seeds are nurtured with conscious thought, research, and the assimilation of myriad influences and experiences. Language and imagery, the very tools of the trade, are selected with a purposeful yet delicate touch to ensure that the dream is rendered into a form that captivates and resonates with others. In art, the painter might translate a vision onto canvas, stroke by stroke, the colors and shapes dictated by an inner directive that's as mysterious as it is compelling. Similarly, the sculptor might see not a block of marble, but the figure slumbering within, awaiting liberation through the artist's hands. Literature, in parallel, is filled with authors who have famously credited their dreams as the wellspring of their narrative adventures. The story of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein began as a waking nightmare, and centuries later, Stephenie Meyer's Twilight Saga was famously born from a dream about a human girl and a vampire discussing their impossible love in a meadow. These dreams are distilled through the rigor of craft, meticulous plotting of narratives, the development of believable characters, and the honing of dialogue, all serving to transport the reader from their own reality into another equally vivid and compelling world. But the journey from an initial imaginative spark to a fully realized creation is seldom straightforward. The creative process is a fascinating journey filled with revisions, self-doubt, and moments of inspiration. It's like a delicate dance between the original vision and the constant evolution of creation, which leads to new ideas and directions. artists and writers often describe their works as living entities that grow, evolve, and sometimes take unforeseen paths, shaping themselves as they go. As these dreams are carved into reality, they have the power to touch hearts, spark new thoughts, and inspire change. Art and literature serve as powerful platforms for social commentary, existential inquiry, and the exploration of a wide spectrum of human emotions. They can offer solace, challenge preconceptions, and inspire movements. The act of bringing these dreams to life contributes to the collective consciousness, providing lenses through which we can examine our own lives and the world around us. Furthermore, the evolution of these dreams into physical form resonates with the concept of legacy. While dreams and lives may be ephemeral, the act of creation can make them eternal. The thoughts and imaginations of creators from eras past are preserved and continuously rediscovered in galleries and libraries around the world. We read the same words penned by Shakespeare over 400 years ago, and we stand before paintings that have outlasted not just their painters, but whole dynasties and empires. The dream, once secluded within the mind of the creator, becomes a timeless legacy for all to experience and appreciate. It's truly remarkable how the act of creation intertwines with the human experience, leaving a lasting impact that transcends time and space. Through the depths of a single mind, there exists a timeless testament to the enduring power of human creativity. As we contemplate the journey from dreams to reality within the realms of art and literature, we bear witness to a truly remarkable human endeavor. This ability to translate the abstract and the unseen into something tangible underscores the incredible potency of our imaginations. It is a testament to the fact that our internal worlds have the potential to foster profound connections and shared experiences. In this communion between creator and consumer, we come to understand that a dream is not solely owned by its originator. It becomes a part of us all, a shared dream that continues to inspire and be reimagined through each engagement. In recognizing this shared journey, we also acknowledge the courage it takes to undertake it. Great art and literature often stem from a willingness to confront the unknown and bring forth something entirely new. This bravery to traverse the unpredictable path of creation is truly commendable. For every known work, there exist countless others that remain shrouded in the private solitude of their creators, dreams that have yet to crystallize into form. And yet, it is precisely this potential for any dream to one day break the bounds of imagination and be given substance that fuels the perpetuity of the creative spirit. Ultimately, the path from dreams to reality in art and literature is as varied and unique as the creators themselves. It stands as a testament to both personal fortitude and the collective desire for storytelling, connection, and understanding. In this exploration of the human creative spirit, we uncover the beauty of shared experiences and the boundless potential for our imaginations to shape the world around us. Let us continue to embrace the transformative power of art and literature, celebrating the diverse and extraordinary paths that lead from dreams to reality. As we embark on the tapestry of human experience, this incredible journey reminds us of the innate human longing to create and connect with beauty and meaning, a universal need that transcends cultures, eras, and lifetimes. Whether we stand in the presence of a masterpiece or immerse ourselves in the pages of a book, we are engaging in an ancient and ongoing dialogue between what is and what could be. This conversation not only defines the human condition, but also illustrates the boundless scope of our collective imagination, dismantling barriers and liberating us from conventional limits. Throughout history, humanity's reach has frequently surpassed its grasp, driven by the soaring power of its collective imagination. Imagination is our steadfast companion, the relentless force that propels us beyond the constraints of the present, through the thorny barriers of impossibility, and into the ethereal landscapes of potential futures. A glance at the annals of human achievement unveils a tapestry woven from the threads of imaginative thought, rupturing the fabric of conventional limits. As we consider the various facets of human endeavor, we find a journey marked by the footprints of visionaries, innovators, and dreamers who dared to believe that what existed in the realm of the mind could be materialized into our shared reality. Take, for instance, the world of science, a domain often perceived through the lens of hard facts and empirical data, seemingly distant from the imaginative spirit. However, upon closer inspection, we realize that the bedrock of scientific breakthroughs often rests on the bold act of imaginative speculation. It is the what-if questions that pave the way for the how can we solutions, propelling us towards new frontiers of discovery and understanding. The amazing strides in our understanding of the physical universe, our exploration of the human genome, and our interactions with particles and waves at the subatomic level have all been made possible by creative minds daring to look beyond accepted truths. In these instances, imagination provides the permission slip to not only explore the universe as it is, but also as it might be. Scientific progress often stems from this speculative boldness. Chapter 4. In the realm of business and entrepreneurship, imagination is the ally that guides pioneers toward uncharted territories. Industry leaders cast their gaze toward the horizon and construct mental models of markets that don't yet exist, envisioning products or services that are yet to be recognized as essential. Take Steve Jobs, for example, a maverick who blended technology with artistry and transformed our relationship with personal computing and mobile communication. His audacious application of imagination allowed him to envision and create user experiences that today seem so intuitive they are nearly invisible. Imagination in the sphere of entrepreneurship means more than just thinking up new widgets. It entails imagining new systems of interaction, ways of connecting people, and new conventions for conducting the symphony of commerce. If innovation were confined to the boundaries of what is currently possible, without the liberation afforded by an untethered imagination, the very tools and technologies that facilitate our modern life would remain latent in the ether of could have been. Our world is brimming with examples of imagination turning into reality. From the invention of the light bulb and the Internet to the discovery of penicillin and the development of the polio vaccine. It often requires a bold act of envisioning to transform the world, disrupt the status quo, and establish a new normal that elevates society beyond incrementalism. This isn't solely the realm of prolific inventors or maverick entrepreneurs. It's where imagination reigns supreme. The arts provide a canvas upon which human imagination operates freely, transcending boundaries. Artists, writers, musicians, and actors are the alchemists who transform fleeting thoughts and emotions into tangible expressions of human experience through stories, melodies, colors, and movement. They break down seemingly impenetrable barriers, communicating truths about our world and ourselves that might otherwise remain unspoken or unrecognized. The liberation that springs from artistic imagination can trigger waves of cultural transformation, redefining beauty and value, and propelling shifts in societal norms and values. Imagination has diffused through societies, shaping and reshaping our collective consciousness in revolutionary ways through cultural and artistic movements like the Renaissance, Romanticism, and the Harlem Renaissance. Beyond these tangible realms, imagination plays a pivotal role in our personal growth and self-understanding. When we liberate ourselves from the constraints of our current identities and failures, imaginative thought allows us to construct narratives of who we might yet become. Imagination holds the power to morph our reality, fuel cultural shifts, and drive personal growth. It's a force that knows no bounds, and its impact is felt in every corner of our lives. It's incredible how our imagination allows us to play out different scenarios in our minds before we actually take action in the real world. This kind of freedom is truly profound, as it highlights our innate ability to transform ourselves. From kids dreaming of becoming astronauts to young adults picturing their dream careers, and even elders pondering the legacies they want to leave behind, our imagination serves as a guiding force, a map, and a mode of transportation as we navigate through the ever-changing landscapes of our lives. This internal act of breaking barriers empowers us to turn our deepest aspirations and values into outward actions. Imagination is not just an escape. It's a tool for liberation, allowing both individuals and societies to break free from the chains of tradition. It encourages us to ask why and boldly declare why not, challenging the limits of our knowledge, circumstances, and cultural boundaries. It invites us to enter a realm where boundaries are flexible and meant to be pushed. At its core, unlocking the power of imagination is about acknowledging the inherent capacity within each person to reshape their corner of the world. It's driven by the belief that reality isn't fixed, and that what is today doesn't have to determine what will be tomorrow. Empowering imagination means embracing a vision of humanity as creators of the future, not just prisoners of the present. It's about realizing that progress isn't solely anchored in what is, but also in what could be. Imagination is the key to unleashing our potential and shaping the world around us. Human imagination is truly our greatest asset, a boundless wellspring from which the waters of change perpetually flow. It's not just a luxury or an idle pastime. It's a vital instrument of evolution, as essential to our species as the air we breathe. Let's come together to celebrate the indomitable spirit of imagination. It's the force that not only allows us to dream big, but also empowers us to turn those dreams into reality, enabling us to become more than we are and create a world that reflects the grandeur of our most audacious hopes. When we think about the foundations of problem-solving skills, we often picture complex equations, algorithms, or the analytical thinking encouraged in school settings. However, the roots of these essential life skills are often nurtured much earlier through a playful yet powerful tool: children's imaginary play. As they take on the roles of superheroes, doctors, or even imaginary creatures, children are doing much more than just having fun. They're engaging in a sophisticated form of mental exercise that has profound implications for their cognitive development. The act of imagining creates a rich mental playground where the traditional rules of reality are suspended, and new possibilities unfold. It's within the make-believe worlds of fortresses made from sofa cushions or kingdoms within backyard trees that the seeds of cognitive growth and problem-solving skills are planted. This type of play is not frivolous. It's a critical aspect of childhood that equips young minds with the flexibility and creativity they'll need to navigate the complexities of adulthood. Consider how, during childhood play, boundaries are broken, creativity is unleashed, and problem-solving skills are honed. It's through these playful explorations that young minds are primed to tackle the challenges of the future with resilience, ingenuity, and joy. When children engage in imaginary play, they enter a world of endless possibilities. Amidst their toys, they become the authors of their own narratives, crafting dialogues, scenarios, and outcomes. In this safe haven of creativity, they learn to negotiate, strategize, and adapt as their stories unfold. It's a playground where thoughts and ideas are tested, allowing them to experience both failure and success. This process closely mirrors the scientific method of hypothesis, experiment, and conclusion, albeit on a much more instinctual level. Through adopting various roles in their play, children develop a deeper understanding of perspective, empathy, and the intricate dynamics of social interactions. Whether interacting with a stuffed animal or an invisible friend, they begin to grasp the fundamental skills that will serve them well in their future pursuits of collaboration, leadership, and innovation. Moreover, the role of imagination in helping children overcome real-life obstacles is profound. When they pretend that the floor is lava and leap from cushion to cushion, it's not just fun. They are honing their spatial awareness and learning to assess risk and strategize. The ability to envision different scenarios and outcomes directly translates to real-world problem-solving capabilities, preparing them for tasks like project planning and managing emergency situations. The ingenuity displayed in imaginary play can alleviate fears and empower children to navigate changes and challenges with confidence. Overall, the power of imagination in a child's life is immeasurable. It not only fosters creativity and joy, but also equips them with invaluable skills and resilience that will shape their future endeavors. Engaging in imaginative play can be a wonderful way for children to familiarize themselves with real-life responsibilities and tasks, making real-life experiences less daunting when the time comes. It's not just about fun and games. It's about preparing them emotionally and mentally for the future. Creativity and invention are closely linked, and many groundbreaking innovations have stemmed from the ability to visualize something that doesn't exist yet. In the same vein, children's imaginative play encourages them to think outside the box, paving the way for innovative thinking in the future. To foster this creativity, children should have the freedom to explore their imaginations without too many restrictions or adult-imposed rules. It's about observing the narratives that unfold during unstructured play and encouraging further thinking by asking questions and indirectly urging them to deepen their engagement with their imaginary scenarios. In educational settings, a shift towards a play-based approach, rather than a strict curriculum, could potentially help foster a generation of problem solvers and innovators. Parents, caregivers, and educators can provide children with tools for imaginative play, such as costumes and props, but it's equally important to give them the space and time to explore these tools. This approach allows for the beauty of child-driven narratives to shine through during unstructured playtime. When it comes to children's learning, it's all about fostering creativity and critical thinking. Rather than just memorizing facts, kids should be given puzzles and tasks that encourage them to think differently. This creative approach helps them develop the ability to creatively absorb and apply information in new and diverse situations, a skill that will be invaluable in a world that's constantly changing. Let's take a moment to consider how the digital age has changed the way children play. While screen time can be informative and entertaining, it often lacks the interactive and sensory experiences that come with physical imaginative play. Encouraging kids to step away from screens and engage in creative activities can help them maintain a healthy balance, essential for their overall development. But let's be clear, digital play has its own imaginative potential. It's all about embracing diversity in a child's recreational activities, reaping the benefits of both physical and digital play. Imaginative play isn't just about fun, it can be therapeutic too. Play therapy, which taps into children's natural inclination for pretend play, is used by therapists to help kids express feelings, cope with trauma, and solve problems in ways that go beyond their verbal abilities. Ultimately, imaginative play isn't an escape from reality. It's a tool that equips children to engage with and understand reality in their own unique way. It helps them build resilience, adaptability, and creativity, essential qualities for thriving in a rapidly changing world. When we think about the limitless applications of imagination, we begin to realize that make-believe tea parties and caped adventures are not just child's play. They are the training grounds for tomorrow's innovators, leaders, scientists, and artists. As we nurture the playground of the mind, we are actually fostering a foundational skill set that is crucial for various aspects of life. Imaginary play is, in fact, the underestimated root of the intricate tree that is real-world problem-solving. It's where the intangible qualities of creativity, critical thinking, and innovation begin to take shape, teaching us that one of the best investments for our future may just lie in a box of costumes, a pile of building blocks, and the timeless tradition of children's play. Chapter 5. The neuroscience of imagination is truly fascinating. What happens in our brains when we dream is like embarking on a journey through the labyrinthine pathways of the human brain, particularly when we dream. Imagination, that wondrous faculty which liberates us from the shackles of the present and the constraints of reality, finds vibrant expression in our dreams. In this state, our brains are unencumbered, constructing narratives and scenarios that are both fantastical and revelatory. As we slumber, our minds traverse a landscape where the familiar blends seamlessly with the surreal, creating a tapestry of experiences that can be profoundly emotional, deeply symbolic, and occasionally prophetic. The brain, in its role as master storyteller, does not simply. I find it so intriguing to learn about the captivating world of imagination and how it influences our everyday lives. If you'd like to delve deeper into this topic, I'd love to explore it further with you. The process of generating a random series of images and events during dreaming is far more complex than we might imagine. Our brains work in such intricate ways, weaving intricate narratives that rival our waking thought processes. It's fascinating to think about the various regions of the brain coming together to create this intricate dance of imagination. The limbic system, which houses our emotional center, takes on a leading role during dreaming, particularly in the realm of rapid eye movement, REM, sleep. It's during this phase that dreams become vivid and narrative-driven. One of the key players in the limbic system, the amygdala, is especially active during REM sleep, which explains the intense emotional content of our dreams. It's intriguing to consider the idea that this heightened state could actually act as a form of overnight therapy, helping our brains process and work through the emotional residue of our waking lives. The fact that the prefrontal cortex, responsible for critical thinking and decision-making, dials down its activity during dreams gives us even more to ponder. Could this relaxation of logic and reason be what unleashes the boundless creativity and disregard for reality that marks our dreams? With the prefrontal cortex's grip loosened, the nonsensical can suddenly make perfect sense, and the impossible becomes entirely plausible. This altered state of consciousness allows our minds to think in ways that are unattainable during our waking hours, shedding light on why dreams can be wellsprings of creativity, offering solutions and insights that elude us in our conscious state. Now, recent neuroscientific research has brought to light the role of a lesser-known structure, the precuneus, situated in the parietal lobe. This area is associated with self-consciousness, adding yet another layer of complexity to our understanding of the dreaming process. It's astonishing to think that there is still so much to uncover about the inner workings of the human brain and its relationship with the world of dreams. Memory retrieval is like the backstage maestro of our dreams, weaving together a tapestry of our past and present experiences. It pulls characters from the shadows of our memories, transforming our dreamscapes into familiar theaters populated by long-forgotten faces. It connects random memories with the emotions of the dream, effectively crafting a gripping story arc where none existed before. As we navigate these dreamscapes, our brains also tap into the default mode network, DMX. This network lights up when our minds wander, allowing us to daydream and envision the future. During dreams, the DMX might be helping us simulate different scenarios, almost like rehearsing for real-life events. This could explain those vivid dreams where we skillfully or awkwardly navigate situations we fear or anticipate in our waking lives. Exploring the study of dreaming offers intriguing insights into the brain's extraordinary ability to simulate perception even without real sensory input from the environment. The brain's visual cortex, responsible for processing visual information, remains active during dreams. This suggests that the brain can vividly recreate sensory experiences solely from memory and imagination. It's fascinating to consider that our perception of reality is not only shaped by sensory inputs, but also by our internal constructs and imagination. This reinforces the captivating notion that our minds are powerful creators, crafting vivid and immersive experiences even in the absence of external stimuli. Experience the fascinating neuroscience of imagination as it unfolds during dreams offers a compelling argument for the crucial role of dreams in consolidating learning and memory. Throughout the night, our brains cycle through different stages of sleep, with REM periods becoming longer towards morning. Each cycle provides an opportunity for the hippocampus, a region critical for memory formation, to replay the events of the day and encode them into long-term memory. It seems that dreaming is an extension of this process, embedding these memories deeper into the fabric of our neural networks. Understanding what happens in the brain during dreaming has far-reaching implications for treating mental health conditions. For example, the study of nightmares, where the brain's fear mechanisms go into overdrive, has led to innovative therapies such as imagery rehearsal therapy. In this approach, patients are taught to reimagine their nightmares with positive outcomes, effectively retraining their brains to break the cycle of recurring bad dreams. The investigation into this nocturnal activity, where imagination is both unfettered and richly complex, continues to fascinate neuroscientists and psychologists alike. Despite the progress made in mapping the brain's activity during dreams, much still remains shrouded in mystery. Dreams escape full scientific explanation, preserving their enigmatic allure and ensuring that the journey to understand the depths of our imagination remains both challenging and inspiring. As we delve deeper into the neurobiological underpinnings of imagination, we steadily unravel the threads of this cognitive tapestry. Unveiling patterns and insights not only reflects our inner workings, but also hints at the boundless potential of the mind. Imagination in education fosters creative thinking over rote learning. The dichotomy of imagination and rote learning in education has garnered significant attention from educators, psychologists, and policymakers alike. The ongoing debate between imparting knowledge through memorization and encouraging a more abstract, creative thinking approach has significantly influenced the face of modern education. Traditionalists argue for the value of rote learning, emphasizing the structure it provides and its role in building a strong foundation of essential facts and figures for advanced understanding. On the other hand, progressive educational theorists advocate for a system that places a higher premium on imagination and creative thinking, proposing that such an approach not only enriches the learning experience but also better prepares students for the complexities and uncertainties of the future. Compelling research has supported the latter perspective, highlighting that nurturing imagination in educational settings can lead to a more profound and lasting comprehension of subject matter, enhanced problem-solving abilities, and an overall more adaptive and innovative mindset. Imagination is not only crucial for personal cognitive development, but also has collective implications as societies grapple with novel challenges that require out-of-the-box thinkers capable of envisioning solutions unseen by the conventional mind. At the heart of this shift towards a more vibrant and engaging education system is the realization that embracing imagination is key to unlocking the full potential of both individuals and society as a whole. Embracing imagination in educational settings is a way of acknowledging that knowledge goes beyond isolated facts. It's about fostering a dynamic and interconnected web of ideas that encourages creative thinking. When students are given the opportunity to leverage their imagination, they often gain deeper insights into the subject matter, transforming abstract data into meaningful, memorable stories. By prioritizing imagination, we not only aid retention but also cultivate critical thinking skills that are crucial for innovation and discovery. This approach also signals to students that their ideas matter, thereby boosting their self-esteem and igniting a passion for learning. So, what does an education system rooted in imagination look like in practice? It transcends traditional lecture-based methods and emphasizes active learning strategies that pique students' curiosity and invite their full participation. One prime example is project-based learning, where students grapple with real-world problems, compelling them to harness a diverse range of skills. In all, a curriculum focused on nurturing imagination stands to empower students, foster creativity, and instill a love for learning that extends far beyond the classroom. Embracing knowledge, creativity, and critical thinking, we can devise and test innovative solutions in collaborative settings that reflect the cooperative nature of modern workplaces. Encouraging inquiry-based learning, where students' questions drive the learning experience, fosters inquisitive minds and allows for natural and organic discovery of content, mirroring the exploratory nature of scientific research and artistic creation. Imagination truly flourishes in the classroom when assessment methods evolve. Standardized tests, with their focus on multiple-choice questions and quantifiable results, often fail to capture the nuanced capabilities that imaginative thinking develops. Alternative forms of assessment, such as portfolios, performance tasks, and reflective writing, provide a wider lens through which to view student progress and allow educators to recognize and measure creative problem-solving and the ability to synthesize information across disciplines. In an education system that values imagination, the role of a teacher is redefined. Teachers become facilitators of learning, guiding students through their academic journey and encouraging them to pursue their interests and curiosities. This requires a level of flexibility and adaptability, as educators must be willing to depart from rigid curriculum and standard lesson plans, embracing opportunities for spontaneous exploration and discovery that arise from students' imaginative impulses. Infusing imagination into education not only enhances the learning experience, but also prepares students for the dynamic and ever-changing demands of the modern world. This approach empowers students to think critically, solve problems creatively, and adapt to new challenges with confidence and resilience. Education is so much more than just standardized testing and quantifiable results. It's about creating an environment where students are encouraged to think outside the box, take risks, and learn from their mistakes. When we embrace creativity and the trial and error method, we're fostering a culture where it's okay to fail because we understand that failure is a crucial part of the learning process. In today's ever-changing world, the skills gained from this imaginative approach are incredibly valuable. Critical thinking, creativity, and adaptability are becoming increasingly important as technology continues to shape the way we work. We need individuals who can think innovatively, make connections in unexpected ways, and approach problems with fresh perspectives. Our education system has the power to nurture these essential skills by moving away from rote memorization and instead embracing the endless possibilities of human imagination. It's not about undermining the importance of foundational knowledge. It's about recognizing that knowledge is just the beginning, not the end, of learning. By fostering imagination, schools can prepare students to not only succeed in the world as it is, but to envision and create the world as it could be. In an ideal world, education goes beyond just imparting information. It becomes a driving force for innovation, personal growth, and societal progress. Imagine delving into the realms of imaginary friends and parallel universes, exploring the limitless boundaries of human cognition. The concept of an imaginary friend, a confidant born from the depths of our minds, often takes root in early childhood, serving multiple purposes from being a playmate to a personalized tutor for navigating the complexities of social and emotional learning. Psychologists affirm the value of these unseen pals in bolstering a child's communication and problem-solving skills, nurturing empathy and the ability to understand others' perspectives. Chapter 6. And now, let's take a step beyond and peek into the captivating realm of parallel universes, a concept that's more than just the subject of science fiction novels. The theory of parallel universes, or the multiverse, suggests the existence of multiple or an infinite number of universes, each with its own possibilities and realities. This idea is not only a fascinating concept for fiction, but also a subject of serious scientific consideration. Did you know that according to quantum mechanics and cosmology, there could be alternative dimensions coexisting with our own, each with its unique timeline and version of reality? Just think about it. There might be another you reading a completely different article right now. The idea of multiple universes branching out with every choice we make is mind-boggling and incredibly exciting. This concept challenges our understanding of reality and sparks discussions among scientists, physicists, and philosophers, leading to an ongoing debate about the nature of reality and the human mind's ability to comprehend parallel worlds. It's an invitation for us to contemplate our role in the universe and the power of imagination in grasping concepts beyond our sensory experiences. When we let our imaginations roam, entertaining the notion of parallel universes and conjuring up imaginary scenarios, we're not simply engaging in fanciful thinking. We're actually exercising the very creativity that drives innovation and growth. Creativity isn't just a skill. It's a dynamic force that becomes stronger the more we use it. It's through our imagination that we can envision inventions that haven't been thought of yet, and see solutions where others see roadblocks. So, let's keep nurturing our imagination. It's the key to unlocking limitless possibilities and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. When some people are focused on solving problems, I can't help but let my mind wander to imaginary worlds that defy the limitations of our physical reality. What's truly exciting about both imaginary friends and parallel universes is their ability to ignite storytelling. And storytelling, in itself, is an incredible tool for exploration and discovery. Through stories, we can step into the shoes of characters and experience the highs and lows of life in a multiverse. Whether it's diving into the pages of a book or getting lost in a digital world, we have the chance to learn more about ourselves, our fears, our hopes, and our dreams. We come to realize that even imagined realities can deeply impact our psyche and social behavior. Furthermore, nurturing these flights of fancy can be therapeutic in a world that often values practicality over imagination. Allowing ourselves the freedom to daydream can be a form of self-care, providing a counterbalance to the stresses and pressures of everyday life. It creates a safe space for mental exploration and relief, especially for those grappling with personal challenges. Additionally, envisioning an imaginary friend can bring solace and support when real-life relationships are strained or lacking. Lastly, contemplating the existence of alternate realities can be incredibly empowering. It reminds us that our own world is just one version of a story that could have unfolded in countless ways. This recognition may encourage us to take risks and embrace change, knowing that our life's trajectory is just one of many paths we might explore. It underscores the potential for endless possibilities. The concept of transformation and the boundless flexibility of our existence, including the idea of imaginary friends and parallel universes, encourages us to expand our cognitive horizons, challenge our perceptions, and marvel at the countless wonders of what could be. They epitomize the human ability to surpass the tangible and delve into the intangible, to push the boundaries of our known universe, and to revel in the limitless expanse of our inner worlds. So, the next time you find yourself whispering to an unseen companion or contemplating the what-ifs of an alternative reality, know that you aren't just daydreaming. You are participating in an age-old, intellectually rigorous tradition that has the power to not only shape your thoughts, but also the very essence of human progress and understanding. It is the alchemy of imagination, transforming possibility into tangible progress. The human mind is a puzzle, a beautifully complex organ that enables us to transcend the constraints of our physical existence. It is the domain in which the alchemy of imagination unfolds, turning the mundane aspects of our daily lives into golden possibilities. Imagination is our innate ability that shapes our reality, fuels our creativity and innovation. It is the catalyst for change, the driving force that propels us forward into the unknown, and the tool we use to construct and reconstruct the world around us. Our capacity for imagination is what makes us uniquely human, setting us apart from other animals. It empowers us to conceptualize ideas that have never existed, conjure images in our minds unseen by the naked eye, and blaze trails towards futures not yet realized. Embarking on the journey of turning possibility into tangible progress begins within the confines of the mind. It all starts with a single, often fleeting thought, the inception point of all great innovations, art, literature, and scientific breakthroughs. Throughout history, the most influential figures have been those who dared to imagine a different reality. Whether it's a scientist visualizing the unseen forces of gravity, an artist capturing the depth of human emotion on canvas, or a social reformer envisioning a more just and equitable society, imagination lies at the heart of it all. Imagination is akin to an internal laboratory where the raw materials of knowledge, experience, and inspiration are mixed, merged, and molded to create something far greater than the sum of its parts. This alchemical process could be likened to an intricate dance between the conscious and the subconscious mind. On the surface, we engage our cognitive skills, delving into problem-solving, critical thinking, and logical reasoning. Meanwhile, beneath that layer, in the secret chambers of the subconscious, the imagination weaves its magic, often unexpectedly melding disparate thoughts, memories, and even our emotions to present solutions or ideas that our conscious mind may not have been capable of recognizing on its own. It is this interplay between the conscious and the subconscious that nurtures the seeds of progress, and when given the right conditions, these seeds begin to sprout. What differentiates imagination from mere daydreaming is its potential for application. Imagination takes flight when it moves beyond the abstract and marries with intention. Imagine a world where revolutionary modes of transportation shape the way we travel. This requires more than just a spark of imagination. It demands discipline, perseverance, and the boldness to dive into the unknown. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, demanding resilience in the face of disappointments and failures. Moreover, the alchemy of imagination thrives on collaboration. While an individual can ignite innovative thoughts, turning those ideas into reality often calls for a collective effort. By merging diverse imaginations, a crucible of creative synthesis forms, bringing together various strengths and expertise. This collective imagination not only fortifies ideas, but also ensures that the fruits of our imaginative labor are widely shared, paving the way for societal transformation and progress. Education plays a pivotal role in nurturing this alchemical process. When learning environments encourage students to explore, question, and experiment, they are not just educating, but also fostering imagination. This shift from rote learning to project-based tasks and critical discussions empowers students to think divergently, encouraging them to question the status quo and dream up new possibilities. Starting from a young age, nurturing imagination isn't just about teaching children to think. It's about instilling in them the power to envision a brighter future and empowering them to actively shape it. This friendly and engaging approach to fostering imagination sets the stage for boundless creativity and innovation. There's something profoundly beautiful about the boundless nature of imagination. It holds the power to transform our environment and shape our reality. It's like having an alchemist's stone that allows us to turn our wildest ideas into tangible achievements. The vastness of our imagination knows no limits, offering a universe rich with possibilities waiting to be explored. Imagination isn't just about dreaming big. It's about bringing those dreams to life and influencing the world around us. In a world full of challenges, it offers hope by reminding us that solutions are often within reach, waiting to be discovered in the collective consciousness. Imagination is both the treasure chest and the key, holding the secrets to our greatest accomplishments and providing the means to unlock them through creative thought. What was once mere fantasy can evolve into reality, reshaping our daily lives and pushing the boundaries of what we deem possible. Ultimately, the alchemy of imagination is about expanding our sense of what is achievable. As we dare to dream and imagine, we embark on the ultimate adventure where every thought, hope, and vision has the power to become a stepping stone towards real progress. Let's keep pushing the boundaries of our imagination and see where it takes us.